One of the long-standing TLC Little People Big World stars, Amy Roloff, recently went through a major and unanticipated medical crisis, a heart attack. Amy started feeling particularly fatigued and sick on what appeared like a normal morning, which set off the event. Her symptoms started to become worse quickly over the day. First written off as simple tiredness, her family sought for emergency medical aid after realizing the seriousness of the matter. Amy was then hurried to the hospital in an ambulance. Doctors diagnosed her with a significant heart attack after she arrived at the institution. The revelation rocked her family, friends, and many supporters who had watched her travel on the program for years. No one had predicted this life-threatening incident. Amy's illness was urgent, and her loved ones had to consider the horrible likelihood of losing her. The Roloff family was seriously disturbed during this period. Amy has always been viewed as the emotional center of the family, hence her children and grandkids were heartbroken. Her daughter-in-law, Tori Roloff, said how strange and terrible it was to witness someone so vital and fundamental in their life in such a vulnerable position. Amy stayed many days in intensive care under strict observation for her health. Though her recovery remained unknown, the medical staff put out much effort to stabilize her. Everyone engaged in the scenario found it emotionally taxing as they waited and hoped for indications of progress. Seeking a miracle, supporters from all around sent words of love, encouragement, and prayers. In Amy's public and personal life, her health crisis was among the most major and emotionally charged events. It marked a turning point in her path of recovery and resilience, as it was a sobering reminder of how brittle life can be. Amy Roloff's family supported and loved her constantly during her terrible medical crisis. From the moment she was hospitalized following a heart attack, her children, grandkids, and husband Chris Marek gathered around her, providing emotional support during what was a very uncertain and terrifying period. Seeing Amy in such a vulnerable position was quite painful, as her family said she was the rock of the Roloff house, someone who had always been there for everyone else. Though astonished, terrified, and heartbroken, they knew she was a warrior. Speaking honestly about how terrible it was to see Amy struggle, Tori Roloff also described how everyone turned to pray in search of a miracle as Amy's life hung in jeopardy. Amy's family never left her side throughout her hospital stay. They surrounded her with love, encouragement, and optimism, building a circle of continual support. Her grandkids were here too, reminding Amy of the strong family ties that had seen her through trying circumstances in the past. These calm strength, consoling words, and emotional near times proved essential for her rehabilitation process. Chris, her husband, especially helped her heal. Along with being physically there, he showed great dedication and concern for her path, so lifting her spirits. Amy found stability in his cool and consoling demeanor as she negotiated the uncertainties of her illness and the demands of therapy. This great support motivated Amy to be determined about recovery. Her family's presence provided her everyday motivation to stay going. Though the physicians did everything they could medically, Amy's own resolve and the fortitude she drew from her loved ones were what really got her through the worst of times. Their love became pillar of her healing, reminding her of what she was fighting for and reminding supporters that family is often the most potent medication of all. Amy Roloff made a big life choice after recovering from the heart attack. She went back into the classroom. Although personally satisfying for Amy, her action set up a frenzy of questions and conjecture among Little People Big World's admirers. Given other significant cast changes, many questioned what her new professional path meant for the long-running TLC series going forward. Amy said she was thrilled to be back in the classroom and that she became driven to influence young brains. She said the chance was a significant next step that would let her share her experiences in a fresh, fascinating manner and pay back off. Her decision to go back into the classroom was a very personal one that represented her need to enjoy life following such a major health crisis and to concentrate on something that delighted and motivated her. But this declaration occurred at a time when Little People Big World's future worried supporters already. Key stars of the program, Zach and Tori Roloff, have lately announced they will not be returning to the series. Viewers had seen their life develop for years, thus their leaving signaled the end of an era. Fans started to wonder if the program could or should carry on, as Amy also turned her attention to some other route. Social internet became alive with responses. Some supporters expressed concern even while many of them applauded Amy for following her heart and on her new business. They believed that the show may be nearing an end or undergoing significant transformation that would affect its core. Deeply anchored in the daily life of the Roloff family, the show's structure became increasingly erratic when so many important individuals left. Amy's choice to go back into the classroom marked a new chapter in her personal life, but for viewers, it also suggested a possible show turning point. While some thought this would just be a fresh plot, others worried it may be the end of Little People, Big World, a show that has won hearts for over 2 decades. Particularly during and following Amy Roloff's current health issue, her friendship with Chris Marek has become a fundamental component of her life, following divorce, and a main source of comfort and happiness. Fans of Little People, Big World have seen grow from its early years to an engagement, finally marriage in August 2021. The pair has developed a deep and loving relationship over the years. First meeting in 2017 at a matchmaking event, Chris and Amy bonded right away over their shared love of adventure, especially motorcycling. After her divorce from Matt Roloff, Amy has rediscovered happiness and stability thanks in large part to shared events, road vacations, and quiet company. Early on, their connection was clear-cut, and admirers praised Chris's patient, kind, respectful treatment of Amy. The pair postponed their wedding because of epidemic constraints, even though Amy thoughtfully chose a custom-designed heart-shaped diamond ring after becoming engaged in 2019. They married in a lovely ceremony at Roloff Farms, surrounded by friends and relatives. For Amy, the occasion was considered as a touching instance of healing and fresh starts. Chris and Amy have kept enjoying a quiet and contented life together after marriage, value couple quality time. Hence, they have decided to spend holidays like Thanksgiving on their own. Although several fans, especially because Amy didn't spend the holiday with her children, Zach and Tori, or their grandkids, were astonished by her choice, it represented her new stage of life and the value she gives her relationship with Chris. Fans have also been rather interested in Chris's real estate agent job. He is well known in the Portland region, having almost 20 years of expertise and a 5-star rating. Sometimes his employment overlapped with Roloff family affairs, including providing advice on Roloff farms and even conducting private farm tours. Given Chris's friendly exchanges with Amy's ex-husband Matt Roloff, these scenes have given the program both tension and hilarity. Chris shares Amy's passion of travel and outdoor experiences outside of the office. Together, the pair has gone on multiple motorbike excursions and even scheduled a long journey to Alaska. Their partnership gives Amy a fresh dimension and is evidence of second chances at love. Seeing Amy content and supported by a real partner like Chris has been consoling and motivating for her supporters. From suffering a major heart attack to going back home and progressively reconstructing her life, Amy Roloff's path has come to represent resiliency, inner strength, and emotional development rather powerfully. Her tale is particularly inspirational, not just because she survived a life-threatening medical crisis, but also because of how she decided to approach it, with grace, will, and unflinching spirit. Amy's return to Roloff Farms meant more than simply a physical recovery, following weeks of intense care, uncertainty, and excruciating physical therapy. Full of family memories and a feeling of personal history, the farm turned into a place for healing, where she may rediscover her origins and find serenity among the turmoil she had just gone through. The journey ahead proved difficult. Recovering included psychological effects of almost losing her life, emotional obstacles, and constant medical problems. But Amy attacked every day with bravery. Though she had occasional sluggish progress and setbacks, she kept moving forward. Beyond the love of her family, her own will, the reluctance to quit up even when the chances appeared against her, kept her going. Amy's encounter also sharpened her view on life. Having already surmounted public scrutiny, a high-profile divorce, personal difficulty, and now a medical problem, she came out more grounded and introspective. Her message evolved into one of gratitude for her family, health, admirers, and the little significant events that provide beauty to life. Her relationships suffered as well from this emotional metamorphosis. How Amy now interacts with her ex-husband Matt Roloff and his fiancée Karen Chandler shows maturity and development. Originally tense, their relationship has changed with time. Although they would never be close friends, Amy said they can be polite and helpful, especially for the sake of their grandkids and children. This change reveals how Amy has accepted serenity where she can find it after letting go of old bitterness. To her supporters, Amy is a lighthouse of hope rather than simply a reality TV star. For years, people who have followed her tale have been profoundly affected by her capacity to accept difficulty, adjust to change, and keep loving fiercely through it all. Amy Roloff's post-heart attack chapter is about choosing to really live, not only about survival. That is why her path is so poignant and significant.